What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. Got a very special edition version of 34 Questions, reaching out to the Philippines, to my uncle, Romarico Gomez, aka Tito Omai. How you doing, Tito Omai?
I'm good, John. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. Feel free to call me Jama or Jan, however you feel comfortable. It's no problem. But yeah. Thank you for joining me. I know we got a little bit of a difference in time, so I appreciate you making time to come onto the show, and for you to be open and share your story. Definitely appreciate it.
I do. Thank you.
No problem. For those who are unfamiliar with the show, we do a few intro questions to set the tone, have a little icebreaker for you. Feel free to participate, feel free not to, it's all good. And then we get into the main portion of the interview where you get to choose a number between 1 and 34, and we kind of flow through the conversation that way. And at the end, we have some concluding questions. Sound good to you, Tito Omar?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So, my very first question for you is, how have you been? It's been a pretty crazy year. I don't think we've got to check in. You doing well? Are you going through it? How you been, Tito Omar?
I'm doing good in terms of work. We're okay. Company is still there. In terms of family, it's a blessing because we are all together. We are safe and sound. Pretty much okay.
How has this year been for you? Has it been challenging? Have you been able to find some positives out of it? How's this year been for you?
Yeah, it's been a challenging year for us, especially during the pandemic. We were not able to do what we used to do before. The kids are staying at home, studying from home. We ourselves are also doing work from home scenarios. So we missed going out. But the blessing on that one, the positive side on that one, is that we are together, we are safe, we are okay. Nobody has been diagnosed with COVID-19. But forward looking, we are accepting what it is. We are challenged by the situation, and at the same time, we are adapting to the situation.
For sure. Well, I'm glad that you could see the positive as well as, dealing with the negative reality sometimes. But yeah, my second question for you is, what would you like your descendants to know about you? So, you thinking 5 generations down the road and they want to know about their great uncle, great grandfather. What would you like them to know about you, Tito Omar?
Well, I'd like them to think about me as a strong man who never quits, an Iron Man maybe. An Iron Man.
For sure.
And probably an engineer. So to put it into words, an Iron Man and an engineer.
Okay.
I think that sums it all.
Yeah. I don't think I ever got to ask you, but what inspired you to get into engineering?
Oh, when I was in high school, I was inclined to do some engineering works or mathematical solutions, mathematical situations. I was good at mathematics. So when I graduated in high school, I pursued engineering. At first, I did not know what course I will do. I was thinking of electronics, mechanical, electrical. And when I have my grades in the first 2 years in college, my grades in chemistry are okay. So I said, I'm gonna take up chemical engineering.
Oh, wow. So you went to chemical because it was like the hardest one, or?
No, because I'm doing well in chemistry.
Oh, okay. I got you. So you were just kind of drawn to it after that. What inspired you to be an Iron Man?
Because in Iron Man, it will test your mind. It will test your perseverance, your patience. So at first, I'm not comfortable of doing the swimming in an open area, in an open sea. Much more doing long rides, long bike rides, taking me 8 hours a day. So I'm not comfortable in doing that. But when I realized that people are doing it, I was inspired by them. Uh, and to add, at first, when I had my accident, I had a broken left femur. My left knee was repaired. I thought I was not able to walk again. I thought I was not able to run again. So doing the three disciplines of Ironman, which I feared the most, long, long rides, long swims, and running, I really thought I cannot do that. So it inspired me to know myself even more. It inspired me to accept what I can do and challenge myself, push myself to the limit. So that's my inspiration. It's anything is possible in Ironman.
You mentioned an accident. I don't think I know that story. Do you mind sharing like what happened?
Yeah. So I was a fresh grad back in 1992. We were in a province in Pampanga. So my buddies and I were drinking, and I was strumming the guitar. We had some fun. I was recently graduated from college, and we drank too much. And then on our way back, we were riding the motorcycle, and a passenger jeepney accidentally hit us. So
Yeah.
it broke my left leg, my left femur, and my knee was repaired. They put a cast on that one, an iron support, and after 2 years we removed that.
2 years? It took 2 years?
Yes, it
Wow.
took 2 years
And it was
for
your.
the iron
You said it was your femur. Your.
femur, my left femur.
I know that's the one that you're not supposed. Like that's one of the worst ones you could break, right? Like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the longest bone and the strongest bone.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you feel like when it happened? Were you scared, or were you kind of like, oh, let's go. We have to keep moving. We have to get to the hospital. Or was it like some shock?
Yeah. So my friends in the province brought me to the hospital. I passed out. I passed out. I woke up, and my mother's telling me, "You're gonna be operated. We're gonna fix your leg." And then I woke up again. The operation was done.
Wow.
So
So, yeah.
I was afraid, and I know I could not walk again. I thought I could not walk again, and and having that accident in me, so I pity my mother when I saw her just crying. So it was my fault. I crossed the line, and it happened to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he's still here.
Yeah,
You know, and healthy. It was just you on the bike, or were you riding with anybody else? Like,
I was riding with my friend, the owner of the bike.
oh wow, was your friend okay, or no?
He had bruises in his neck.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now he's okay.
Oh, okay, okay. For sure. Thank you for sharing, Tito Oma. That's a story I haven't heard. It's the first time. And my third question for you is, how would you like to be honored? If I was gonna tell myself today I'm gonna honor Tito Omai in some kind of act, some kind of way, what could I do in my day to honor you?
Um, I don't know. Maybe uh, just 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 an appreciation of what I do, like caring for the family, caring for my siblings and family. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm a simple person, appreciating the things that I do. That would be okay with me.
For sure, for sure. And my last question for you is, how well do you know yourself? If it's hard to put into words, you could just do a scale from 1 to 10.
Okay. I know myself pretty well. I'll give it a 10. Maybe because of my experience in life. Maybe because of my training in triathlons before, pushing myself into the limit, knowing right now I know when to stop and when to push. Uh,
Gotcha.
I had I had the experience of finishing college, going to the board exam, doing the studies. So those lessons in life I can cherish and cascade to my children. Teach
Mm,
my children that hard work and perseverance will bring good in life.
for sure. Uh, so we've made it to the icebreaker portion,
Okay.
which is the one word spelling bee.
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
it is gonna be an English word because my Tagalog isn't that strong. But yeah, are you open to it? Would you like to participate
Yeah.
or?
Yes. I'm game.
Okay, okay. So let me know if you've already heard this word on the show before. Um, I've been using the same one because just to stay consistent. But your word is epilepsy.
Okay. I'm going to spell it.
Yeah, epilepsy, like the
Okay.
medical condition.
Okay. Epilepsy. EPILPE. Oh, sorry. Epilepsy. EPILEPCY. Epilepsy.
You have one more chance, Tito Omai.
Epilepsy.
You were close. You only had one letter that you need to change.
Epilepsy. So that's epilepsy. EPILEPCY. I don't know.
Oh, so I believe you said CY and
Uh-huh.
ZY. It's SY at the end.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Oh man.
I'm not, I'm not good at medical terms.
No, no
why,
worries, no worries.
why not X plus Y equals Z? It's for engineers. It's okay.
No, no, I should have done an equation. Maybe that would have been better for you.
It's okay. It's okay.
So thank you for participating, though. You know,
You're most welcome.
yeah, yeah. It has to be a little bit challenging, and I've been using. I don't know if you heard the other words I've used in other episodes. I think it was liaison, and committee and guarantee. Those were the other two that I used, or three. And my dad was telling me, "Oh, you need to use medical terms because that's the one that people get wrong or like have a hard time with." So you can thank my dad for that one.
Okay. All right.
All right, Tito Omai, we made it to the main portion of the interview. Wait, when you start choosing numbers between 1 and 34, what's your first number?
I'll go with 9.
9. What does self-love mean to you?
Okay. Self-love means self-respect, self-understanding, and self-acceptance. You accept what you have.
What does it mean when someone respects themselves? Like how could you tell if you're gonna see someone and be like, okay, I can tell that that person respects themselves.
When he does not hurt himself, or when he does not do something that could harm him or harm her, just treat your body well.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. Um, Go ahead and throw me another number.
Number 30.
30.
30.
What is your movie title for your life? If you're gonna give a title to your life, what would be the name?
Oh, that's a good one. Could be Mission Impossible. Maybe? Mission
Mission
Impossible.
Impossible. Why is
Mission,
that?
Impossible.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible because they work as a team. That's one. And then their missions are out of this world. They're difficult. There's also a touch of romance, and laughter, funny scenes. So it's all in there. It's all in there,
It's like
and
a go ahead.
including the action, of course. I like
Yeah.
the actions, and the conversations, the changing of the face and everything, the deceiving. It also has politics. I think it's all there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie franchise, and it's like you're saying, it's all balanced. Like you had a little bit of everything in your life, right? Or am I
Mhm.
correct in assuming that?
Yeah. That's correct.
For sure, for sure. Do you have a favorite, I guess, movie yourself besides Mission Impossible? Like, what's the movie that you either rewatch or yeah? Let's start with there. Is there a movie
Yeah.
that you continue to just look back on?
Not that much, but I like documentaries
Mm.
and science fictions.
What's the latest documentary that you've seen?
I've seen it in Netflix. The the Soviets, the
Yes.
Soviets, the health director of the Soviet has been putting some anomalies in the test for the steroids. Forget the title. Just watch it yesterday, but it's about a doctor in the Soviet.
Okay, okay, for sure. I'll try to look for that. It's on Netflix, you said?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
All right, all right. So throw me another number.
Uh, about 21.
21. Um, what was something you supported early? Like it could be a person, it could be a company. That. Let's say you were using Google before Google became Google. So, in your life, what is something that you became a fan of, or you started using before it became a big thing? You know.
Mm-hmm. Uh, I guess it's more on work related for this one. So
Okay.
I started using our own products. The one that we put the one that we produced, it's Avon. So I started buying our own products, the lotions and deodorants, and then I buy these same products and give them to friends in the holiday season. So it's like uh, patronizing your own to grow your own.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. You invested in yourself.
Yeah.
I definitely know that feeling.
Mm.
But
The reason why I did that is because I believe in our products, and I believe in in the quality of the products that we sell. So I supported that one in the beginning of my career in manufacturing. So I
mm.
supported the products. Yeah,
And you had worked on the products that came out.
yeah. My first job was actually in processing, where we process the lotions, the mascaras. So we do that beginning of my career.
And you've been with Avon for how long?
Twen- For 26 years now.
26 years. Was it your first job out of college, or were you doing anything else?
I consider it as my first job. I had two before, but just short stints.
For
So
sure.
Avon is really my first job, considered first job.
What what was your biggest challenge while working in 26 years? It's I don't know, Tita Oma, here in America, it's always harder, I think, in my generation to stick with one company. You know, we always think that the next job is going to be better, or that they're going to treat us more fairly. So what were some of the challenges you had to go through sticking to one company for 26 years?
Of course, the changing of the guards, the changing of the senior leaders of the company, that's a challenge. And then if if sales is bad, that's also a challenge because we are affected. But we stick to it. We We believe in the new leaders that are coming. We believe in the transformation plans, the open up strategy of the company. We believe in those ones. So I'm still here because I still believe we are doing good for not only for my family but also to the many representatives of the company as well. The evil lady who sells our product.
For sure.
Brings food on the table for them.
No doubt. No doubt. Thank you for sharing. Now, those some great stories. Throw me another number.
25.
25. What is one thing on your bucket list?
Oh, this is an adventure.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
One of the list in my bucket list is to go to Dubai, okay, and meet my niece and nephews because they're in Dubai, and jump, skydive.
Oh, Skydive.
In Dubai.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's one of the bucket list.
For sure. Yeah. Have you ever skydove or be your first time?
No, it will be my first time.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list too. But what about it are you interested in doing? Because skydiving is not for everybody. So what draws you to skydive?
So I just would like to see how it feels when you're up there, and then when you're going down to look at the view, to look at the environment from above. I'd like to experience that one.
For sure. And would it be your first time in Abu Dhabi?
No,
my bad. Dubai.
Dubai, yeah. So
No.
it will be my second in Dubai, if in case.
Okay, for sure. And you had seen your niece and nephew before, or would it be first time seeing them?
No, I always see them. They come home. They always come home once a
Okay.
year. So we see them often.
How big is your family, Tita Omai? Like, I only know you from Tita Gigi's side, so how big is your family?
So we are a family. I have 3 siblings, all girls.
Oh, wow.
But they're all married right now. So I think we are about 11 or 12. I lost count, but not that big.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how would you describe, being the only boy growing up with 3 women?
They look up to me as their model because I'm the only son. And of course, I'll try to be a role model to them because all my sisters are in Pampanga. I was the one separated at a young age. I studied in Baguio. So I got separated at an early age. It made me a strong person. Being separated from them, I do it on my own. I became independent. So growing up without them treats me as a lucky man. Lucky because even if I'm away, I know that they're there. And if I come back, we see each other and they're still there.
I got you. Yeah, family's always there, right? When did you leave the family to go to school? I didn't know that either.
So we are living in Pampanga. Pampanga is close to Bataan. Right after graduation in high school, so I decided to go to Baguio. And Pampanga to Baguio during that time is about 6 or 7 hours drive.
Wow.
So I seldom go home. Probably only twice a year. I go home twice a year during breaks. And taking up engineering, it took me 5 years to finish that one. So I got separated for 5 years.
And then you came back home afterwards.
Yeah, came back home. Yep.
Wow. Okay, for sure. Did any of your sisters kind of follow in your footsteps, or they did different career routes?
No, they got married early. The eldest got married at 18. The second also at 18. But the youngest, Jacqueline, she graduated college after me. So
Oh,
the first two, they got married early.
gotcha. Well, shout out Tita Oma's family. I don't know if I've ever met them before, but sending love to you guys.
Thank you.
uh, Go ahead and throw me another number, Tita Oma.
I'll go with 18.
18. How would you rank these four things? Right, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
How would you rank happiness, love, money, and respect? What's your first one? And I could repeat it to you if you forget.
It's okay, I got them. So it's number one is love. Number two is happiness. Number three is respect. And number four is money.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
for me, if you have love, you'll have all the three. You have all the three left. And then if you are in love, of course, you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Respect for me comes before love. So you have to love either your family or yourself, your neighbors or whoever, and then you have respect if you show love. Money is the last one because I don't know. Maybe I'm not really concerned on money. When I was young, I was looking for money, but when I was earning already, it's just a part of your day-to-day life. It will go, it will come and go. I know.
What would you say makes you happy?
Happy because I achieved my dreams. Okay? I'm able to do what I want to do, and I'm at peace with myself and my family. It makes me happy.
Gotcha.
I have no big problems that bothers me, that keeps me awake at night. I don't have that one. I'm tired of the work, but it keeps me satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been learning life is about that perfect balance of a challenge and accomplishment. Because if you accomplish all the time, it gets a little boring. You don't feel that other side of the challenge where you're overcoming something or you're achieving something. But if you have both, you're challenged and then you're achieving, it's a good balance. That's I'm trying to find the right word for it, but would you say so, or would you rather have it?
Correct. That's correct.
Gotcha. And what makes you feel loved? Have you ever heard of love languages?
Like I love you, like that.
No. So I'm gonna look it up and so I could describe it. But a love language is like, they say it's how a person feels loved and gives love. And once I read the description, I think you'll understand. So there's 5 of them. One is words of affirmation. So you like being told good job, and you like telling people good job. 2 is acts of service. It's like you like to bring soup when someone's sick, or you like to receive soup when you're sick. The other one is receiving gifts. If someone gives you a very thoughtful gift, and you give thoughtful gifts. The 4th one is quality time, where maybe you're not doing anything, maybe you're not even talking, but because someone is there with you, you feel like you're loved. And then the 5th one is physical touch. Some people want hugs, just to feel secure. And so out of those 5, which ones do you think you respond to most?
Okay. So the one that says you're doing a good job, that's one for me, because you're being appreciated on the things that you do. Your hard work is being recognized. And then I forgot number 3. I think number 3 is also
The receiving gifts? The one.
No, not that one. Probably four. I don't know. Four.
It was
What's that for?
number 4 was quality time.
Yeah.
Quality time.
Yes, at our age, John, we really need quality time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I have no idea what it's like to be a parent, but I imagine, that's one of the key parts of the parent to child relationship is quality time for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I say the same for me and my folks, because growing up with them, I don't think, us just being in the same house or being in the same room watching the same show, that was kind of our way of like, spending time together. And even now, we kind of stuck with the same method. But that's how I was raised. That's how I kind of learned to feel love. So that's how I give it out too. And yeah, words of affirmation, Tito Omai. Let me tell you, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
No problem. Go ahead and throw me another number, Tito Omai.
Okay, we'll go with 10.
10. I'm too young to blank. It's a fill in the blank. So, I'm too young to blank.
I don't want to die. I'm too young to. I'm too young to stop. I don't know. The first word that comes to mind. I'm too young to stop. I feel like I need to do something. I need to continue whatever I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I guess I cannot stop.
What's the next thing for you then, would you say? Is it?
Oh.
Yeah,
So,
go for it.
So after this, I'm planning to retire. Probably, I'm going to retire early, and then do the things that I didn't do before, like go to places that I want to go, and worry about nothing. Worry about not being called at work. So I'm looking forward to this one, John. Because as I said, I'm 26 years in the service. I'm 50 years old. I'd like to retire early and spend the rest of my years doing the things that I want.
Okay. Are you gonna be traveling or are you gonna be staying in the Philippines?
I think I'll be staying in the Philippines and travel the Philippines.
Nice. Yeah. Even I mean I think that's gonna take you a long time too, right? Because there's a lot of things to do in the Philippines.
Yes.
For sure. The flip side to this question is I'm too old to blank. I had asked you I'm too young to. Now how would you answer I'm too old to blank?
Okay. I think I'm too old to keep doing what I do, like waking up early and look at the computer and look at the emails. So I believe in the next 1 or 2 years, I cannot do this anymore. I'm thinking probably I'll do something else. Not on the corporate side anymore, but more on another dimension of my life. Maybe doing what I really want.
For sure, yeah. The happiness, gotta start prioritizing that. Go ahead and throw me another number, Tito Mai.
I'll go with 5.
5. What was some really good advice that you received while you were young that you feel like you kind of carried with you?
Yeah. Okay, I think that's a good question. I was working already. And the advice came from my mother. So she said that in order for you to succeed, she said that you have to love your job. Maybe that's the reason why I'm still here, because I remember my mom saying that you must love your job. So I carried that for a long time. Even during the low points of my career in the company, I still go back to that one. You love your job.
You what kind of like balance would you say there is when someone is trying to find that love for a job? Because you know, people fall into jobs a lot of the time. Some people end up loving what they do, but I think at least out here in America, not everybody loves what they do. So what kind of, I guess, if you have any words of wisdom for us folks who may not enjoy what we're doing, how do we find what we love to do?
So you have to accept what's in the table. So you don't ask for more. You need to be contented. Acceptance is the key. So if you keep on looking, you may not have the time to find what you are looking. So the blessing is there. It's right in front. It's right in front of you. So you just have to accept. I know it's not enough, but you have to deal with it, and then it'll make you happy.
I gotcha. It's just changing that perspective, right? Instead of seeing it as an obstacle or a challenge, you kind of want to accept it like as a gift or as a blessing. I gotcha. Go ahead and throw me another number.
24.
24. What could you be better at personally for you? What is something you want to improve on for yourself?
I don't know. Probably my writing.
Your writing?
I'm not good at writing, but I'm good at solving problems. I think I need to improve my writing. Yeah.
Would you ever write a book? You know what?
I'd like to. I love to. I think I can write a book about life, about lessons, about inspirations.
Yeah, you
I
should.
can.
Well, so we have Mission Impossible as the title of your movie. What's the title of your book?
Title of the book would be probably just an inspiration. An inspiration.
An inspiration. Okay. I gotcha. Go ahead and throw me the number.
I'll go with 26.
26. What will you be doing for life? For the rest of your life, what's gonna be something that you're always gonna be continuing to do?
Probably looking at the kids, looking at my children. As long as I live, I'm going to look after them.
For sure. So let me ask you something. Did anything change when you became a father, like in your personality, or the way you were kind of living your life from before being a father to becoming a father for the first time?
Oh yes, of course, definitely. The responsibility is bigger, and your outlook in life is different when you're single. Because once you have children, they become part of your life, and you want them to go to a direction that you want. But as they grow, they become mature. You instill in them that the discipline that you taught them, And as you see them growing, you see yourself in them. If you are successful, then you see they are successful also.
Do you mind me asking, what do you see in your daughters that are from you?
Oh, they're good at school. All three of them. They're very talented and intelligent people. Uh, they, yeah, they're loving and intelligent. So I saw in them the patience, the attitude of never giving up, and the perseverance. Yeah,
For sure.
they
For
put
sure.
they put the study first before anything else. So I'm very proud of them.
Gotcha. And then, yeah. Well, sorry, I had something in my throat,
It's
but
okay.
shout out to your daughters. I hope they're watching. I hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully, you guys come on to the show eventually too. Go ahead, Tito Omar. Tell me another number.
I'll go with 32.
32. What are kids today missing out on? So what's something in your childhood that you wish you could kind of like, give back to the kids, but now it's, the times are different. So
Yeah.
what are they missing out on?
Well, the playing outside when we were kids, we go out and play. Uh, they don't have that right now. And when we were kids, we know everybody in the neighborhood. Like we know them personally. Now because of the technology, they, they they don't know the kids nearby, but they know the kids very far from the place because of the technology. So I think it will be nice if they can sometimes go out, have some talk with the neighbors. But right now, because of the pandemic, they cannot do that. No? Right? But when we were young, we were at the streets, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, playing. Now they don't have that one.
Was there any particular childhood game that you enjoyed playing outside?
It's tagu-taguan, yung hide and seek.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know patintero and
I
tumbang
heard of
preso.
that. What's Patintero again?
Patintero is you draw a line and then you cross the line. If someone touches you, then you're out.
Oh, okay. So there's one person on the other side, and you're trying to run or across. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
that's patintero.
And there's another one, right? You mentioned another one.
The tumbang preso.
What's
That's
that?
the small can in the middle. You hit it with your slippers. If you hit it, and then you can get your slipper back.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember seeing a video of kids playing that.
Yeah.
For sure. Just a heads up, Tito Omar, we have about 10-15 minutes left in the podcast. Just want to thank you again for your time. Thank you for sharing your stories, and I hope you're having fun. It's been fun for me. So
Of course.
go ahead and throw me another number.
Let's
Throw me another
go
number. Oh,
with,
yeah. Go for it.
let's go for 28.
20?
28.
20. What is your one wish? If you could have one wish, what would that be?
Is it an impossible wish? A normal wish?
Well, why not both? Give me something that you feel like is impossible, and then you can give me something that's normal.
All right. So the impossible would be maybe a dinner with my parents would be nice.
Wow. Yeah.
And The normal wish would be seeing my children having their families of their own.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
that's
So for you had mentioned how your daughters are like you. How would you say you're like your parents?
um, my dad is a risk taker. He's a risk taker. So I got my risk uh, from my dad, but uh, I know I am also a risk taker. But right now, sorry, I'm calculating the risk. So before I do the whatever it is, excuse me for a while.
You're fine. You're
I
fine.
can I calculate the risk before I take it.
Okay.
So on my mother's side, I think I got the human touch, human nature from a parent because she's a woman, you know. I got the soft side of her, and I carried it with me. It makes me soft but strong.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Go ahead and throw me another number.
I'll go with 17.
17. What's the best compliment you've ever received? You know, for you. Who?
Yeah. So just a tap in the back, and my boss says that you've done a good job. So I like that compliment because in our company you seldom hear those words.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot of work, but when you hit the target, the numbers, the one that we're trying to hit, and if you hit that, you get tap at the back. Good job, well done. So that's okay. That's fine. That's a big deal for me.
For sure. Is that what would you say it is that you love about your job? Is it the problem solving or?
It's a combination of both. Problem solving, uh, providing for my family, right? And then of course the help that we give to the representatives of the company, the A1 lady, because it also brings food in their table. And we also have some, we support what you call that the ventures, the goals of the company, like environmental goals, like
Yeah.
we do not use plastic anymore, we do not do animal testing anymore. So combine all of that, it really makes me happy.
For sure. For sure. Go ahead and throw me another number.
How about 12?
12. 12. Have you ever had a want to get away moment? Basically, something happened. It's basically like an embarrassment. Do you have any embarrassing stories?
No, not embarrassment, but just to relax. I once rode with my friends here, so I have a motorbike. I just want to go to the beach, so we ride there 2 hours ride out and back, just to enjoy. So
Yeah.
that's my go out moment. Sleep moment.
I got you. I wanted to ask about your Ironman stuff. How long did you train for that? Like, how many years were you doing the Ironman for?
So it took me. Let me put some context in it.
Yeah.
Okay. So first you have to be mentally ready, and after that you have to be physically ready. So the preparedness, it took me about 2 years to think that, can you do that? Will you do this? Will you spend time in training? So that's 2 years. And then for the physical training, it took me 1 year. So when I went to your place, I
Yeah.
was ready. I was ready mentally 2 years back,
Wow. I
and
gotcha.
then the physical training, that's 1 year.
So, but before you started competing, you kind of prepared yourself for 3 years, or were you
Yeah,
competing during the same time? Like that first year of mentally training, were you already competing, or did you want to wait till you felt like you were 100% ready?
I was competing, but at short distances only. Because the full Ironman, it's a long distance event. Before that, I went to do some competitions, short distance competitions. But there are three disciplines. Each discipline, I did that to gauge myself if I can. Like, for example, the swim is 3.8 kilometers. I went in a competition, just the swim. I'll see if I can do the swim for 3.8 kilometers separately. So for the bike, it's 180 kilometers. And then for the run, it's a marathon of 42 kilometers.
Dang. Yeah, yeah.
So I did the training and competition separately for the three disciplines.
So you did
And then
one
when
by one. Yeah.
yeah, and then when I compete for the triathlon, it's shorter, like half of the full Ironman. Like in Ironman, you do 140.3 miles total combined. We also have the half Ironman, which is the 70.3 miles.
Gotcha. And that's how you started off with before you did the
Yep.
full one.
Maybe I did 4 or 5 half Ironmans before I finally decided that I'll do the full Ironman.
Wow.
And,
Yeah.
and if I do the full Ironman, it's gonna be in the States, because during that time there's no full Ironman in the Philippines. There's none.
Gotcha.
You have to travel to be certified as an Ironman.
Wow. Wow. Well, you did it right. Yeah, you officially became an Iron Man.
I became an Ironman in the Philippines, but when I was in US, the event got cancelled. You know,
I remember.
I think I was ready at that time. I was ready to finish it, but unfortunately, because of the circumstances, it was cancelled. And
Yeah.
I said maybe some other time.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. You know, one of my I guess one of my dreams is eventually competing for the Senior Olympics. You know, maybe the younger stage I never got to it, but who knows? I'm trying to stay fit, so I can try to qualify one day. I still don't know what event, but that's my dream as I get older. Give me one last number before we get into the last part.
All right. Lucky 9.
Like 9. I think you started with 9, to be honest.
Started now, right? Oh, because 9 is my birth month. It's September.
I
So
got
I'll
you.
go with 8.
8. When was the last time you cried and why?
Let me pause for a moment.
Yeah. Think about it. Take your time.
When did I last cry? I can't remember anymore. Can't remember.
For sure. Or if you can't remember, go ahead.
No, probably when my mom died. When my mom died, I cried. Because growing up, my father used to tell me that you should not cry. You're the man in the family. He always tells me that no one cries if you're a man. And so growing up, I put that in my mind. I don't cry. I tell Layla, I tell my children, No one cries. Do not cry. I tell them, that's the word. That's the words of my father. He told me when I was young, you should not cry. You're the man of the family. So uh, I practiced that. I did that. I absorbed that one, and then there will come a point in your life that you will give up. Seeing my mother not with us anymore, yeah, that made me cry.
For sure. They thank you for opening up about that, Tomai. I know, I mean, for me too, my dad, he would, it's like, you know, I'm getting whooped by him or whatever, spanked, and then he tells me not to cry, and then that just makes me cry even more, and it never helps. But I think that today's generation, I think that's changing a little bit. I feel like there's more acceptance, and people are saying, "Oh, you should cry." But for me, even now, like the only time I really cry, Tita Omai, is when I watch a movie that there's like some kind of scene that's really intense. That's when I'll take a deep breath, and then I'll wipe my eye, you know. But yeah, like that's the only time I feel comfortable, because if I'm in front of somebody, it's like, you know, I'm holding back. I'm not letting those tears fall. But yeah, I definitely understand. All right, Tita Omai, we made it to the concluding portion of the podcast. I only have a few more questions for you. This one question is from my previous guest. So Jay Sanchez, thank you for this question. He wants to ask, how would you like to influence someone in your family? You know, how would you like to inspire them?
Um, by doing the right things, you'll be able to inspire them. Being disciplined in what you do, staying focused. You, those are the qualities that I have in me that I show my children. Discipline, focus, humility also. Humility. Being a role model. So those are the things that makes me happy and inspires my family, my children, including my family in Pampanga and also in Cainta. Cainta. Yeah.
For sure. What is the greatest lesson that you've learned in your life?
Mhm. Of course, love and being loved. Uh, Respect, because for respect, you earn that. That's not given.
Mm-hmm.
And love, respect, I'll put in the patience and humility. So those are the qualities, the virtues, my lessons in life that I still keep until now.
Gotcha. And my last question for you, Tita Omai, is what would you like to ask the next guest on the podcast? What question do you have for them?
Okay, so maybe you can ask him, how can you how can you change the world? That how can you contribute in changing the world? Like, is it it's not going to be safe because of the pandemic. What can you contribute in making people safe? I guess that's it. So let me rephrase it.
Mm-hmm.
What can you contribute in changing the world to make it a better place, safe place?
I got you, Tita Omai. Yeah, I just had to type it out. But for sure, I'll definitely send that over to the next person. Well, we reached the end, Tita Omai. Just want to thank you again for your time. Yeah, I had a lot of fun getting to know you better, and I'm glad we were able to have a conversation like this. I don't think throughout my life I don't think we've ever talked like this. So thank you for coming on and giving me the opportunity. Thank you for everybody out there watching. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know Tita Omai or Romarico Gomez better.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you have anybody you want to shout out, or no pressure? You don't have to. It's always hard because you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave anybody out. There's so many people to thank and shout out.
Of course, I'd like to shout out to my man, Tots, and, and my ate, Onet. You guys be safe and have fun.
Always Tita Omai. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out a good way to end the podcast. I don't have my signature yet, but it's coming.